Hello, my fellow HR professionals. This is Eric from Standard Consult. I am a data analyst and also a Microsoft Office specialist. I would like to invite you to our 2023 Data Analytics course for HR professionals. This training seeks to equip the individual with the various tools and skills that are needed to become a professional HR analyst. The training will cover three most important aspects when it comes to data analytics. That is the Microsoft Excel, HR matrices, and also dashboard. Under the Microsoft Excel, we'll be looking at the various functions and formulas that are necessary or that are needed to become a professional data analyst. We'll look at the various charts that are needed when it comes to dashboard. And we'll also look at the various functions and techniques that we can employ to help us analyze our data, especially pivot tables. We'll also go on and look at the various HR matrices that we can use to measure the performance of our employees and also the performance of the company. We'll look at example, cost per hire, we'll look at revenue per employee, we'll look at the attrition periods and all that. Lastly, but not the least, we'll go on to look at how to create dashboard for decision making and also how to present your data in a way that is globally accepted for management. We'll look at some dashboard, including the HR management dashboard, which will come out beautiful like this. Then we'll also look at, as a group, we'll also decide to look at something on COVID and see how we can present it in a way that we can make meaningful decision out of it. One thing I know for sure is that gives you value for money. I would like to see you all in our next training. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sedat HR Digest. My name is George Adi, and today I'm going to be your host. It's quite unfortunate that um, we are having some little challenge, but we are trying to resolve that as soon as possible. If you can kindly hear me, kindly put in the chat or raise your hand for me to know. So without wasting too much time, we are going to have a conversation with on goal mapping. What is goal mapping? We are going to have a speaker, an expert in the field of goal mapping, and he is by the name of Mr. Cephas Akuklu. He is a renowned certified goal mapping a practitioner, and he's in the United Kingdom. Okay, wonderful. I can be heard. That's fine. Good. So, as I was saying, our topic is going to be about goal mapping, how we are going to set achievable goals for ourselves and for our team at the workplace. So, without much ado, we are going to welcome Mr. Cephas on the platform. Hello, Mr. Cephas. Please, good evening.
Good evening.
Please,
Can you
how
hear
are you
me?
doing? Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Wonderful. I'm doing great.
Yes, we are happy
My
to
face
have
is
you
a bit,
today.
thank you. Face is a bit dark because I'm in my village for a funeral and the light has just been turned off, but hopefully it will come back soon.
All right, we hope so. So I'm going to hand over to Vera. I think now we are sorted out. I'm going to hand out to Vera to take us away. Hello, Vera. You are welcome.
Hello. I can't hear you.
All right. Sorry. I think Vera internet is quite challenging, so I think I'll keep going. So,
Okay.
Mr. Cephas, my first question will be: Statistics shows that only 9% of people successfully keep their role. There are only 6 people who set goals and achieve them. Why is that the majority of people don't achieve their new resolution year or their goals?
Right. Uh, One of the things a lot of people do is they do not write down their goals. Maybe New Year Eve, you are in the mood to say, oh, this coming year I'll do A, B, and C, and say it loud, but some don't even write down what they want to do. And the next thing is by middle of January, so many pressures have started coming in, and even those who write down their goals might not even be able to get back to them. So it's a shame that many people declare New Year resolutions and they are not able to follow through simply because they don't have a system that could keep it consistent and that they can refer to it regularly and work with those resolutions.
Okay, so in that regards, what will be the best way for us to set our goals so that we'll be able to achieve them? What the best practice that we can use? Are there tools or are there rules that we need to follow to be able to achieve those goals?
Yes, for anything you want to do, you have to have a burning reason. Why? Why do you want to do what you want to do? Why do you want to achieve particular goals? That is a starting point. Then we got this system called goal mapping system, which has got a step-by-step way of first dreaming, and you need to relax completely and be in a comfort zone and look ahead many years, and then you dream what you want to achieve. The next most important tool in the goal mapping system is visualization. A lot of people write their goals, but if you can put them in images and look at those images and words regularly, then you can see where you are going. And then looking at that image regularly will keep reminding you this is what you want to do, this is what you want to become in the future. It's quite a powerful tool to combine pictures with words. Thank you.
Okay, so if I get it right, there is a system that we call goal mapping. There are tools that can be used for us to achieve our goals.
Yes.
Yes. So in that regards, how do we achieve our goals using that system, using that goal mapping system?
Okay. Like I said, we do have a step-by-step system or approach to using the goal mapping. And again, as I said, the mapping is where you draw maps, either physically on paper and color it, or you can, if you use the digital version, you can pick images from the internet to reflect what you want to achieve. So yeah, we've got 7 steps to the goal mapping. You dream, that's what do you want to do? And next, you arrange or order those dreams in order of priority. And then you come up with the most powerful one, which one you consider the most important, and focus on that. The others will become the minor goals. But once you focus on the major goal, it could even help you to achieve some of the minor ones. And once you know what you want to do, you want to ask the key question, why? Why do you want to achieve those goals? And there's this common saying that if you have the why, you can find the how. Let me repeat that. If you have the why for doing anything, you can find the how. And the next step is to go to the how. How do you achieve these goals? What steps do you need to take in order to turn those goals into achievable plans and follow them through? But again, that's not enough. Sometimes we try to do things by ourselves, but we discover in the goal mapping system that you always need other people's involvement. So the next question is who? The who could be an individual, an institution, or some characteristics of yourself to help you to achieve those goals. So you got first of all, you got like the 7 steps: dream, what? Then the why, and then the how, the who, and then you also have to decide when. Those are important. If you just set goals without deadlines, they're actually not serious goals. Maybe they're just statements. But you need to set timeline. And then as time approaches, you analyze and see whether you are achieving them or not. And if not, why not? So the system is there to help you along the way. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. I want to welcome our viewers. We have Michael Kisi here joining all the way from Cape Coast. We have Diana Inchiwa Amwako. She says she can hear me. Wonderful. We have Adra Buantin Ado, Love Abuaji, Mondi, Sylvia Bukari. Are all welcome. So whilst you are in the room, please, you can ask your question. You can put your question in the comment chat so that we can send to Mr. Cephas to answer them for us. So, Mr. Cephas, I have one question. Are all goals achievable? Are all our goals achievable? You know, sometimes we might be having some dream, or we might be seated and thinking about something like, okay, I want to achieve this. Is something realistic? Can it be? Is it feasible? Is every goal feasible?
Well, again, between goal and dreams, now dreams can be imaginations or what you really hope to achieve. But when you write them down then into goals, and yes, question is, all goals are achievable. They may not be achieved within the time frame that you want, because maybe at the time that you are setting these goals, you've got certain circumstances, your personal resources, the economic environment, but times are changing, things are changing all the time. So as you approach this goal, start turning the dreams into goals or action plans, you also need to be aware of the changes that are happening. And maybe instead of aiming at the specific goal that you started with, you might want to either amend it slightly or break it down into smaller tasks. And so to take a small one and achieve that, reward yourself. It's important because sometimes we carry on a long journey. That rewards are very important incentives, whether to you as an individual or to employees or to our children. So the big goals, wonderful. You might say you want to do something within 5 years, but maybe year one, you realize you have not even got to 10%. So you need to review the goal and what's happening around. So yes, all goals are achievable, but you also need to constantly review. Remember, you don't want to change the goal, but you can amend the ways you are approaching it. But yes, you can still dream big, reduce them to steps, action plans, and work towards achieving them.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So there's one issue that comes to the fore in HR discourse is how HR practitioners will support staff to achieve their career and personal development goals. So here is a question. How can the goal mapping system help the HR fraternity to achieve this?
Great. Uh, well, a lot of businesses start with the career development, but where you really need to start is the personal development of the people you have got. If you develop your staff, they can become more useful to you. They become more competent, they become more reliable, and maybe more committed. So you look at the people you've got at the moment, or the people you tend to employ, and you find out what are their personal goals, what do they want to achieve in life, and how can you synchronize those their personal goals with the business plan or business goals. So it is feasible that sometimes when we deliver goal mapping to organizations, we work on the business goal map as a whole, but then we do take coaching system to develop personal development plans with the staff. And as each staff develops, become a better person, become a better employee, and therefore helps the organization to achieve goals faster and more efficiently. Thank you. Are there any other questions coming? Either from the participants or anybody else? Well, I guess the host is having some technical issues. So let me just add something else while waiting. It is important for every individual and organization to set goals. And a review is also critical. When you set these goals, you don't just say, right, this is what I want to achieve in a year. And so at all costs, I'm going to achieve it. It may not be feasible to achieve exactly what you want to achieve. So be aware of developments in the environment. Thank you. I've got my host back.
Yes,
I'll take it over from you because I
yes.
couldn't see. Sorry.
I know, right? Yes. I'm happy to be back. So I think I'll catch up with you when you finish your submission. I'll know where you are, then we continue from there.
Okay, great. So I was just answering a question. Okay, sorry, go on.
I was just going to find out where you are so that we continue from there.
Oh, we said sometimes people set goals and they may not. Is it feasible that all goals can be achieved? And how does the goal mapping system help people to achieve those goals?
Right. Awesome. Right. So our cherished listeners, I'm very sorry for the technical challenges that has been happening on my end, but I'm happy that I'm finally on set and we're going to have a short time with Mr. Cephas at Clue. Yes, I think I got it. Right. So as usual, Sedat HR Digest is brought to you by Sedat Consult and then Quick Fix Creative. And not to waste much of your time, just know where you are joining us from all around the world. I don't know at what point I see Michael Kissy is watching us, okay, because like Diana and Chua Amwa says I can hear. Right. I have Guache, Ajua Boateng, Mondi, Sylvia Bukari. Thank you for holding up. Diana and Chua again. For Esther. Oh, Esther, thank you for joining. And my great. So we continue from again, continue from there. So, Mr. the best way to set goals so we can achieve them. I think where you got to was more like, is it every goal that can be achieved? But if that is not the case, maybe we can achieve 80% of our goals, 90%. I'm sure all depend on how the goals are set. So what walk us through how we set them. How do we set our goals so we can achieve them?
Right. Goal setting, a lot of people know about goal setting, but it is important to write them down. And again, what makes goal mapping system different from other systems is the visualization, where we draw maps of the goals. You imagine, assuming you imagine that you could become a chef in 2-3 years, then you can draw a sketch of yourself with the chef's hat or on. Maybe at the moment you're just helping in the kitchen. I'm just taking one old example, but that image of a chef can give you, it's very powerful. So you write it down, you have an image to represent the goal, you print them out and paste at a place where you can see regularly. And it's also important to share your goals with like-minded people. and they could support you in achieving those goals. And so, yes, you dream, you prioritize the goals, your dreams into goals. Some become the key goals, others become subsidiary goals, but you focus on the main one and then take steps, write down the steps that you take to achieve them. Not that you go say, okay, maybe tomorrow I'll do this. No, it's important to write down things. And again, the action points should be in images so that you can visualize what action you need to take along the way to achieve the goals. Thank you.
Okay, so basically it is to write it, make it plain, just like the Bible says, even if it doesn't, it will surely come to pass. So that is a cue. Just make sure that you have actually written it, and then it's openly somewhere. Now, I want us to walk us through. The reason we are here is that there's a system that you want to introduce to us that you believe will be very beneficial to us. The goal mapping system. How do we achieve our goals using the goal mapping system? The goal mapping system, walk us through it very quickly and help us to understand it.
Okay. Well, I'll be running a full workshop on the 14th of June in Accra for those of you who are available. And it's just a half-day workshop. And when you come there, you get all the details, but I will take you through the steps. So we got 7 steps. I must have said some of them earlier, but first thing is to dream. You got to think, imagine what you want to achieve. And you do that in a very relaxed environment. And sometimes when we encourage people to do their dreaming, we play some soft music, but just enough to get people relaxed. And you relax physically, and then you just imagine your best day, your best life. And those things that come to your mind could be the best goals, best dreams. Now you got the dreams. Why do you want to achieve any of those dreams? And it is actually very important to have a why for everything you do. Is it because of money? Is it because you want to help others? There has to be a reason for every action that we take in life. So you have the what through the dreaming, you got the why, the reason, and then you need to write down how you're going to achieve this. The dreams don't suddenly become success. No, you need to work at your goals. You need to work at your dreams. And so you need to write down the action, the steps that you will need to take to achieve them. And I said again, there's another step is who is going to help you achieve these goals? It may be individuals, it may be somebody within your organization, or it might be some characteristics of yours. Say you procrastinate a lot, then you need to overcome that and come up with how to focus. And focusing is an internal quality. It's not somebody else that's going to do it for you. So it could be under the who, but it could also be a character of yours that needs to be applied to help you achieve these goals. Then we set timelines. You might say, I want to achieve the goal in 5 years. Put a date. Today is June 4th. And so 5 years time will be 2028, 4th June 2028. Put it down and start walking along the calendar step by step. And so with those, again, you print the goals, the map, and you paste it where you can see regularly. You state these goals in positive terms, positive and present terms. For example, say, I'll become a chef in 5 years' time. I'll put it that I am a chef. I am a chef. Even though the achievement date is 5 years, but that empowers the subconscious mind that you're already visualizing that you are a chef, and you will start building or developing your brain power in order to get there. So positive, set your goals in the positive, set them in the present tense, and they should be very personal to you. And again, you have to believe in your own goals. If you believe in yourself and your goals, then you can ask people to support you to achieve them. So yes, believe, present, positive, and go for it.
Right. Okay. So I hear positivity, I hear belief, I hear setting it, being clear, being writing it in the present tense. It means that you are using the power of the brain to push you to what to attract what you are thinking, what you are desiring, what you want. So it's not just about putting words down. The words have to be such that they can activate your brain power to draw towards them and achieve them. If that is, I'm sure I'm right. I'm right by saying that.
Precisely, you are very correct. Thank you.
Right. So so goal mapping system. How does it, what is the goal mapping system? Why should we use the goal mapping system? I know you've spoken a lot about how to set the goals, how we can achieve it through goal mapping. But yes, there are so many people in all manner of ways. I mean, HRs have introduced all manner of things to their workers and to organization to use. Why must we use the goal mapping system?
All right. If an organization wants to get their workers participate or to engage them in doing or achieving anything, first you help them to set their personal development goals. Then you also set organizational goals. It may be easier to set team goals, like a goal map for the HR team, finance team, sales team, instead of the overall organization. So with those departmental goal settings, the team can buy into them and they can work together. And so the goal mapping system, we now have an online version where we can actually create a mini website for you so that you can share those goal maps, either the organizational one or personal ones if people choose to. But within each department, you can have a facility where people create their work goal maps and share. And then you can see how those goal maps work together for the better of the organization. When we did have just the manual system, that was quite cumbersome. But when I do the workshop on the 14th, I will introduce both systems. So normally I go with colored pencils and we do some sketching. Some people still like to do the hand drawing, but there are a lot of facilities online now, so you can just download some images to represent what you want to achieve. So yes, HR can help individuals do their personal development goal maps as well as team maps within each team in the organization. Thank you.
Awesome. We have a question from Michael. I was just going to read that very quickly. Michael says that what are the features, the key features of goal mapping? What are the key features of goal mapping? So I just want to encourage our cherished listeners, you can post your questions. I want to have it read out and you would get your answers. What are the key features of goal mapping? Mr. Kakulu.
Okay. First one is dreaming. And I think everybody knows how to dream, but then write down the dream and then dream. Yeah, oh, you can dream big, but reduce them to words in the affirmative, in the positive way that you can say, yeah, I am this. And again, I said earlier, but you need to write them in the present tense. Again, that commands the brain that you are actually achieving that goal, even though it's still a year ahead, 2 or 3 years ahead. and it pushes the subconscious mind to be reminding you that you're getting there, you're getting there. And it's good to engage people. That's why I say, who is going to help you to achieve the goal? And within the organization, your boss will be the first port of call. And then maybe within each team, there might be a supervisor or some other person. And again, sometimes when you do peer mentoring or peer work, you you pair up people, and then they share their goals and they can guide each other on even their personal goals
Right.
if they choose to. Personal goals do not have to be shared, but areas where people are allowed to share, it helps them to cooperate, to collaborate. So
Awesome.
those are the thank you.
Awesome. You know, as HRs or organizations, what we call the performance management system, goal setting is a key aspect of it, but I know that goal mapping system maybe goes beyond just performance management. It also can support the individual in their goal setting for their entire life. But we are looking at if HRs are listening to us, CEOs are listening to us, how do they connect that goal setting system with their performance management? How does it, fit? How does it sit in, squarely, so to say, in their system, so that it's not going to be like the goal mapping system is a separate on its own. It doesn't fuse into the performance system, because I believe that if any HR is watching us, that's what they want, a way that they can fuse their goal setting into their performance management. How does that work when we employ the goal mapping system?
Well, I think the whole reason for performance management is you want your employees to perform to some key performance indicators or some targets. So when you set goals, you are setting targets. You are setting targets. And the key feature or the most important feature about the goal mapping is the images, the visualization.
Okay.
And so, yes, it can be integrated into your performance management system. All we are adding is visualize what you want to achieve or visualize what you expect your employees to achieve. Help them
Right.
to visualize, because if it goes top down, people don't buy in easily. But if you encourage them, like bottom up, say you start with the employees and see where they want to go. And if once you encourage that individual growth, the whole organization can benefit from it. But the visualization is very,
Right.
very important.
Important, right? Okay. As far as you can see, what your eyes see, they communicate to your brain. And once they begin to communicate to your brain and you activate the brain power, then it makes it more effective. So, Fufuma Esther is asking, how different is goal mapping from vision board? How different is goal mapping from vision board?
Well, people have dream boards, vision boards, and other forms of aiming to achieve their goals. But what we've done in goal mapping is to combine the written side, the words with the pictures, and then we also go through the theory of the power of positive thinking and how the brain cell works. I'm not a scientist, but through goal mapping, I've learned a bit more about how many your brain cells and how they connect. When you think positively, how they can connect, and by secreting some happiness hormones into the brain. And then if you start thinking negatively, the opposite happens, and there'll be some inhibitors, and then your performance start going down. So vision board, yes, people will draw what they want to achieve. But what we do here is combine that with the words. And also because we've got the system online, you can easily edit your goal map. You can share with other people, and then they can help you to improve on it. But once you set the goal, maybe that visualization on the printed, then it is a powerful tool to keep reminding you to go ahead.
Awesome, Esther. So there you go. I hope that that is clear for you. Now, thank you, our cherished listeners, for staying with us all through the challenges. So this is HR Digest as usual. Every Sunday at 4 p.m. we come your way with very topical issues on HR and general life issues where it becomes applicable. And we are normally sponsored by Quick Fix Creative. On you can reach them on 0520900057. I'm sorry that my camera cannot come on. I just want to ensure that I have a stable internet. So pardon me that you cannot see me at this point. Yes, and Standard Consult, we bring you solutions to your HR issues. The entire life cycle of an employee, it's rest with us. If you need advice, if you need directions, if you need anything you need, we are there to support you. You can reach us on 0244629245. Now, there's a workshop coming up. And this workshop is on the goal mapping system. I would encourage all of us. I think the link has been posted in the various platforms. You can just click and then register. The workshop is aimed at equipping you with the right tools to set and achieve your goals. It is focused on helping you learn to steer the changes in life towards the direction of your desires by using the unique whole brain system, goal mapping. That is the unique whole brain system, goal mapping. Please click on the link that has been shared in our various platforms and then just join in that training. I'm sure you will not. Lava Bwaji says, I cannot hear Mr. Akoklu. I hope that you can hear us. Now let's know if you can hear us. I think we are pretty stable now. Okay. So, Mr. I'll say safer. It's safer for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Yes. Statistics have shown that only 9% of people successfully keep their New Year's resolution, and when the year begins, everybody is quick to set goals and we are running around with big dreams. But at the end of the day, only 6% of people who set these goals achieve them. Why is that the majority don't achieve their new goals resolution? With everything you've told us, it would have been very nice if everybody could have a goal mapping system, with their visions all outlined with their pictures and their dreams, and then they would have achieved them and they'll be happy. But here it is, statistics are shown that only 6% of the 9% that set goals actually achieve them. So what can you do to help us that would change that story of just 9% being able to set their goals, even to increase that to start with, and also increase the number of people who actually achieve those goals? How does goal mapping system help us, change that narration?
Well, we've got a free registration. I'll give you the link. I thought I'll share We'll share the link towards the end. When you register on the goal mapping, there are step-by-step guides where you can draw one goal map. You can create one goal map completely free of charge. And if you want to change it, you can edit it and you can do whatever you want to do with it. But if you want to have more maps, like 15 or 100, then you upgrade. But when you register free, you're entitled to one goal map, and you can also have access to some resources on the goal mapping website. So I'll send a link as soon as possible, and then people can join that and can even start setting their goal maps today, right after this.
Awesome. Yes, I think it was posted already. So I'll ask Fred Kimber says, please can the link be posted here? Yes, Fred, it's been posted. If you can just scroll up a bit, but I'll also ask our studio team to kindly repost it so that people can click and sign in so they can have a benefit of this. Right. I think it's about time we wrap up. And then I would want to ask you, Mr. Cephas Akulu. Yes, I got it again. Can you tell what's your final words to our cherished listeners? What do you want to say to them?
Well, first of all, it is great to think about the future. But as you think about the future, write down your thoughts in the present tense. You are thinking of the future, but put the words down in the present tense. For example, ridiculously, if I say I want to be the president of Ghana next year, I'll write down, I am the president. And I start feeling good as a president. And then I'll draw an image with myself at the Jubilee House with all the presidential staff and all that. And then, so the brain starts working that Cephas Akuku is the president of Ghana. Mind you, I don't even belong to any political party, so that's just a joke. But seriously, think positively and think in the present tense and write down and draw images. Those visions, visualization are very powerful. So combining the whole brain, the left side, right side, left side combination is very powerful, and it will help you shoot further up. Thank you.
Awesome, that's nice. I think it's a good note to end this session or this episode of HR Digest. The reminder that the goal mapping training is on the 14th of June 2023 at the Apedi Lodge. It's at the Apedi Lodge. I'm sure that more details will be shared on the link, so please just follow us closely and you'll get more details on that. Daniel Prosperity Amwa says, thank you so much. That is a satisfied listener there. Daniel, thank you for that feedback. From Mr. Cephas, he says that keep it positive, keep it in present tense, make sure that you are using both sides of the brain, using the visual part, writing it down, and then making them come together to work for you. Margaret Emisa says, thank you. Margaret, thank you for joining. And so we are hoping to meet you on the 14th of June for this goal mapping workshop, at Apedi Lodge. So thank you, our cherished listeners. Stay in tune with us. Next, we will come away again at 4 p.m. for another exciting moment. Thank you. Sylvia Bukari says, thanks a million. Rachel Adom says, I have learned a lot. Thank you, Sedat Consort. God bless you all for staying with us. Daniel says again, awesome session. Thank you to the host and the facilitator. Thank you so much. We come your way again. And thank you, Mr. Cephas, for your time. All right. That'll be all for now.